Shred your opponent with one of the best designed plays in the game and a full mini scheme. Coming up next. Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus giving you another offensive scheme tip. This is going to be out of the Buffalo Bills playbook once again, and we're going to be taking a look at one of the probably the best plays that is in the game of Madden. It's extremely difficult to stop. It's got very common concepts, but it has one special route that really makes the difference opposed to this other play. So we're going to be taking a look at the formation, gun trips, tight end offset. This is going to be the base play that we're going to use in this little mini scheme, and it's going to be the X under. Now, I've ran into X under against other players, and it is extremely difficult to lock up. You can master this play, you could basically master your opponent. Now, I'm not going to settle for just one play. I'm going to go ahead and try to throw in more to the scheme. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and replace one of the common plays stick with the halfback slip screen, and then verticals is pretty much a duplicate play. We're going to go ahead and switch that out with basically bubbles, the play action bubble, so we can attack our opponent off to the right and off to the left. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the first play, which is going to be the X under. We're going to run this against random cover 2 defenses. Against cover 2, basically what we're going to do is we're going to basically go ahead and attack at the flat, and we also have the corner out on the back end side. So it's basically a high-low read. If it's hard flats, you're going to essentially go and settle down. If it's soft flats, you're going to go and attack those, attack it with the running back and force your opponent to try to hit the flats under the middle. Now, just like levels, since you're going to drag up this backside receiver, which is going to be that one icon, you can go and hit them. But also, what's going to happen is this deep route, but this post route won't get past a lot of coverages. And if you got a fast slot receiver, he's going to open things up for you. But he's going to have to pretty much defend the entire area of the field. Another option you can do against different types of zones is you can playmaker that crossing route, so he gets a little bit more depth. So you can see right here, I'm going to playmaker him up, and then I actually go and hit the ball right there. That's another way that you actually could pick up some fairly easy yards. Now, against cover 2, this backside route by Jones, that's generally not going to be open 9 out of 10 times. So I would just go ahead and just leave it as a clear out route strictly for that. Now, against cover 2, you can jump in some of the other audibles. Slip screen is just a good way to go and attack your opponent, just keep them off guard. You got them in a flat. You got some pretty good blocking that you can get over there. You also have a quick out on the backhand side with a slip screen. Play action bubble is another good play to jump into, because it basically the blocking gets a little bit goofy, and unless it's press coverage, what's going to happen is you should be able to go and break that. So let's go ahead and try this one more time. Not see any kind of a block shed right there with the wide receivers, but you can see if that wide receiver actually gets a free look at the red zone, he's pretty much over with. Now, another thing too is that if you see press, you can go ahead and jump into another play, which is going to be play action crosser, and they're going to look for the crossing route. You've also got this route, which will be money against any kind of a cover 2 shell, so you can jump into that if your opponent starts really coming down and hammering down on the crossing routes. Now let's take a look at this at cover 3, this entire scheme. Now, with cover 3, it's going to be a little bit different, but once again, you're still going to be looking for the flat route. Same type of reads as previously for cover 2. Look for hard flat or soft flat area. Also, another area of the field, obviously, is going to be the crossing route. You're going to force your opponent to play the middle of the field and actually come down and bite on that, and that's what's cool about it. And let's see if we can hit this post route. So another area of the field that you can hit is going to be that post route. And let's see if we can get that off without any kind of block sheds. So the post route gets into a weird area of the field against a lot of hybrid coverages. So if the guy uses like cover 6 against you or cover 9, that route actually will open up, especially if a person starts adjusting to a lot of different things. So I'll show you basically how that works. And as you can see right here, he gets in a little weird area or window of the field with that route. Now you can jump into basically a screen too, and that's going to get some blockers out there for you to go ahead and hit that. And obviously screens are very effective to somebody if you're running a lot of zone coverage, or conversely, if he's got off coverage, you can go into the bubble screen. And let's see if we can get that. Okay, so you can see now we got some really massive blocking because of the way this assignment was set up. And then finally, you can go and hit him with the play action crossers, which is a really good play. Matthew's route is going to be one of the routes you're going to be able to hit him for some fairly easy yards or some big yards with a cover 3 shell. So you definitely want to look to that right away if a guy's spamming cover 3. So let's take a look at cover 4 and then close this out. With cover 4, basically the same type of reads as before. Look to the flat, and that should be wide open against cover 4 unless he puts a hard flat out there. If he puts a hard flat, you've got the corner out. You've also got the crosser with the high-low, with Matthews on the backhand side, and this is where it's going to basically beat a lot of those cover 4 shells or those cover 2 shells or cover 6s if he's jumping into it. So that's what I do like about it. That backside route with Jones really isn't going to be a route they're going to be looking to too much. It's just not going to be a route that we're going to jump to. It's just a clear out route. Now, screen once again, cover 4. Pretty easy money right there. You get the blocking, you can definitely turn it up. Screens are very effective, especially if you got an opponent that's sleeping on them. With the play action bubble, off coverage, cover 4, you should probably be able to get easy completion. And then basically what's going to happen is you should get easy yards off that. So, you know, this is a really effective play to go and jump into. Play action crossing or crossing route. Once again, you're looking for the crossing route. You've also got the seam that you can actually go ahead and get an easy completion. So, guys, once again, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. This is going to be a scheme I'm going to jump into in 2-minute situations. I find that the plays are very consistent, and if you have a scheme that takes all these great concepts together and you can attack everywhere in the field, you could be doing very good. So, once again, thanks for subscribers. Thanks for your support. Until next time.